Sam Britton is in charge of disposing nuclear waste for the United States of America, and he is also an absolute weirdo, in my humble opinion. But that doesn't warrant a story all on its own, because there are a lot of people who I think are weirdos. But the moral or the kernel of this story is that he was recently arrested for stealing a Vera Bradley bag of all things. Like, what is this, 2009? But anyway, he stole a Vera Bradley bag from a woman at the airport and basically has been using it for the past month, and was finally caught and arrested with it a while ago, actually. But long story short, that person is a part of our presidential cabinet that is running the country. I don't have the capacity in these videos just yet to, put all the stuff up on the screen and stuff. I'm working on that. And if you like and subscribe, ew, I will definitely be able to provide that. But the person is an utter freak of nature, for a lack of a better term. And I'm going to try and tread carefully here, but person identifies as non-binary. I really don't care about those kind of things. As long as it's not illegal in America, I am going to address you by your assigned sex at birth. So this is a male who wears lipstick and has a shiny bald head and likes to wear dresses and things like that. And all that's, I really could care less about a lot of those things in general, except for the fact that this person is involved in kink communities in the LGBTQ community, and online websites where they are using profile information and things like that, alluding to their position. And there are not many places where you can work at a job and then base your kink or any social media profiles off of your employment. There are some there are some jobs that you can do that, and in government there are some social media sites where you should do that, but kink sites definitely aren't one of them. My overarching point in all of this is that this kind of behavior is totally unacceptable for people who are in our positions of government. And the reason that people like Sam and Rachel Levine are being placed into these positions is because a lot of people, there's a lot of different agendas that are pushing this, but the reason that the average person, I'm not even going to say the average person is accepting this. The reason that some people are accepting this, the people who are not actually maliciously planning these kind of things or anything like that, the reason that they're accepting it is because they don't fully understand the implications of it, but they see it as change and they don't understand the nuances of good and bad change. And to get into what I mean by that, I don't mean that sexuality is something that matters. Honestly, I wish I didn't know anybody's sexuality. I really don't care about anybody's sexuality at all. Just not something I worry about. But even more so at a political level, you don't get to just choose how you represent yourself. You also have to choose how you represent the people that you serve. And the observations of other nations and peoples are important in the way that we are able to conduct ourselves in the world, much like our appearance is important in the way that we conduct ourselves in day-to-day life, from one moment to the next. we don't like that fact a lot of times, and we should have certain freedoms that are allowed. Like, I mean, that's why people in America don't wear hijabs and cover their faces and things like that. But it's all with, it's supposed to be taken with respect. Like, we're supposed to, what's the word I'm looking for? Have decency and decorum. And there is no decorum in these kind of behavior. And that's before the criminality. I mean, this last story really is just like the top of the haystack, like that's really the last straw, in my opinion, as to why I would even speak up about something like this, because the Biden administration has been an utter freak show and a failure. And I would call it comical if it wasn't, like I said, partially a representation of me and myself. I laugh at it, but when I know that certain aspects of my day-to-day life are determined by these people, and not only them, but how other people view them and treat us because of it, Russia and the world at large, that I don't appreciate these kind of things. And that's why voting is obviously very important, so that we can make sure that we get the correct people into these types of positions, because America is headed in such a dark direction, and it's so much at once. I mean, so many people are just worried about the economy, but it really starts from the culture. We can't fix this cultural issue with policies. It's not going to work that way. We have to try very hard and dig very deep within ourselves as a people and individuals, because that's where it starts, to take on more responsibility to care about this country that has provided us everything that we know and love. And, it starts by recognizing the position that we're in. And it starts by unashamedly admitting that, or addressing that people like Sam Brinton and these freaking magical band of fools really should not be in charge of the United States of America. And the fact that we've gotten here is terrible, and we've got a lot of work to do. But I think people my age and younger, as well as older, are focused on doing something, and we need some synchronicity, some collaboration across the nation in order to at least get somewhere better than this, man. We can't let fighting and distraction turn our country into a circus, So that's all I'll say about this topic. Yeah, my shirt's inside out.